talk about another topic, another location in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, up in Minnesota, passing of two legends here.
Yeah, Bud Grant, of course, passed away a couple of months ago at age 95. Joe Kapp, his first great quarterback in the old days of the National Football League, has just passed away at age 85. Joe Kapp is a really unique individual. He played collegiately at Cal, did not have a chance to go to the NFL. He went to Canada. He won a Grey Cup in the Canadian Football League. Very different. You talk about a hybrid quarterback, run, scramble, throw, not the norm. Joe Kapp played really well in Canada, came across the border right after Bud Grant, who was in Canada and won Grey Cups, came across the border. They linked up in Minnesota together. Joe Kapp was the quarterback when the Minnesota Vikings went to one of the first Super Bowls ever. They got beat up by Kansas City, but they went. Bud Grant, of course, wound up going to the Super Bowl 4 different times over an 18-year career with the Vikings, although he was 0-4 over the course of his career. But these two guys were linked forever in terms of popularity because they kind of planted the purple flag in the Twin Cities. So, and then when Joe Kapp's career was over, he played Vikings and he went to New England, finished up, came back. He went back to college, got his degrees, became the head coach at Cal Golden Bears for a couple of years. Kind of a very unique personality. But pretty good football player, and obviously quite a name that people recognize. So he's just passed on right after Bud Grant had passed on.
Well, I remember in the 70s when I first started following in the NFL, one of the Raiders were in Super Bowl 10 against the Vikings, and that was Fran Tarkenton. So when did Joe Kapp finish his career? It must have been in the early 70s?
Yes. Yeah, he was in Minnesota for, I don't know if he was there 4 or 5 years, then Tarkenton showed up. And then Joe went on and played a couple of years with the old Boston Patriots, New England Patriots. But eclectic guy. I interviewed him once. What's the favorite phrase? Out there?
Okay.
He was out there.
Okay.
Neat guy. Really, really nice career. And, just held in great esteem in the Twin Cities because he and Bud were the first ones that made them great.
Yeah, and then it was the Purple People Eaters.
Sure.
And what was that other running back? Was it Foreman? Was it
Chuck Foreman?
Chuck Foreman.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, so they had, and then what was the other guy? Ahmad Rashad played there. So they had some great players on that team. But yeah, Kapp, I remember hearing his name when he was the head coach at Cal. So I don't know, maybe I'm not quite dating myself. He's a little bit before my time.
But he was out there. Okay. Holy cow, was he out there. Okay, let's talk about something